happy and you know it, clap your hands. Happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, say hello. Hello, okay? Happy and you know it, say hello. Happy and you know it, say hello. Happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, say hello.
Hello friends, I'm Father Mark Sappenfield, the pastor of St. Matthew Catholic Church, and presently I'm sitting you into our courtyard where for the past 9 years we have celebrated this wonderful event, Well Played, which benefits our sister parish, Our Lady of Miracles in Gobert, Haiti. Unfortunately, we are not able to hear the music outside this year because of the COVID restrictions, but we are happy that we are able to bring it to you via live stream, the same great music that you've been accustomed to for the past several years. I am grateful for your contribution to this wonderful evening, as well as for the great benefit that it will support our sister parish, Our Lady of Miracles in Gobert, Haiti. Thank you so much for your presence this evening. Please continue to pray not only for our parish here at St. Matthew's, but especially for Our Lady of Miracles, as we look forward to continuing this wonderful event this year and the years to come. Hopefully next year we'll be back out here in this wonderful venue on a wonderful October evening to celebrate what we've been doing for the past 9 years. This is the 10th year, and this year it's special as well. So thank you for being a part of it, and God bless you, and God bless our sister parish, Our Lady of Miracles in Gobert, Haiti.
Thank you, Father Mark, for those wonderful opening remarks. Hi, my name's Barney Schulte, and I'm a member of the St. Matthew Haiti Committee. And I would also like to welcome you to the 10th annual Songwriters Night for Haiti. Now, like Father said, we're unable to meet together in the courtyard to hear these great artists, but we are able to come to you virtually through the internet. Now, this forum provides us a unique opportunity to not only hear from these artists and their great music, but to also share with you testimonials and videos and pictures provided by our doctors, dentists, nurses, and engineers who have traveled to Haiti over the years. So we hope that you enjoy what we've put together for you tonight. So without further ado, let's hear from our first artist. It's my pleasure to introduce Caroline Watkins. She was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. And at 18, the day before her high school graduation, she signed a publishing deal with Warner Chappell Music. And since then, she's been touring and performing with her band, which included opening for the legendary Willie Nelson. In 2017, she was awarded the Miranda Lambert Women's Creators Scholarship at Belmont University. And in 2018, her music made its on-screen debut in the box office film Forever My Girl. She's currently writing daily, and you can find her 2 recently released singles on Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere you get your music. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce Caroline Watkins.
Hey everybody, my name is Caroline Watkins, and I'm so excited to be here playing for y'all tonight virtually. I wish I could see your faces, but I'm glad we get to do this at all. So I want to thank y'all for being here and listening. And I also want to thank Miss Mary Lee Duro for inviting me and having me do this tonight. I've been really excited and I was honored, and I think it's going to be a special night. So I'm glad y'all are here, and I'm going to be playing a couple songs I wrote, and I hope you like them. If you don't, I won't get to hear whether or not you're clapping, so I'll be okay. This first song is called If I Was Jesus. If I was Jesus, I'd add a few more days to spring, more colors to the rainbow. Hell, I'd do a lot of things if I was Jesus. Old dogs would never die, that plane never would have crashed, and we'd still have Patsy Cline. But I guess the first thing that I do is fix me and you. If I was Jesus, I'd be quicker to forgive. I would trust you, believe you, I'd have a lot more love to give. If I was Jesus, I would heal this broken heart. I wouldn't blame you or hate you for this life you tore apart. But I ain't Jesus, yeah, that's a fact. No, I ain't Jesus, so I ain't coming back. And if I was Jesus, I'd let you redo that night. And when you went out to that bar, you drink water instead of wine. And if I was Jesus, I wouldn't let that girl walk in, so you never would have seen her, and you never would have sinned. If I was Jesus, I'd be quicker to forgive. I would trust you, believe you, I'd have a lot more love to give. If I was Jesus, I would heal this broken heart. I wouldn't blame you or hate you for this life you tore apart. But I ain't Jesus, yeah, that's a fact. No, I ain't Jesus, so I ain't coming back. And I'm thankful for the love the good Lord gave us. Oh, but He's the only one that could have saved us. And I ain't Jesus, I don't know how to forgive. I don't trust you, don't believe you, ain't got no love left to give. Now I ain't Jesus, no, I can't heal this broken heart. I can't help but blame you or hate you for this life you tore apart. Now I ain't Jesus, yeah, honey, that's a fact. No, I ain't Jesus, so I ain't coming back. No, I ain't Jesus, so go to hell, 'cause I ain't coming back. All right, y'all, so this next song I wrote with my friend Jason Massey, and I wanted to tell the story behind it because I think it's kind of cool. I was driving home from visiting a friend in St. Louis, and there was a bad wreck on the interstate, and there was just terrible traffic. So I put in my little Waze GPS app and took the scenic route. And I was driving through this little tiny town, and I was like, gosh, there is just nothing to see here. And immediately after, I was like, oh, I feel bad. I shouldn't say that. But I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, to me, an outsider, there's probably nothing to see here, but to somebody who grew up here, this town is everything. And I thought about my dad's hometown and Waynesboro, Mississippi, and me. I mean, I grew up in Nashville, but it was the old Nashville, you know? I mean, we didn't hang out at any of these fancy new rooftop bars. We hung out at Sonic and the football fields. I mean, it was, it's still a hometown. And I think that we all have a hometown that we can relate this song to. And so when I sat down to write this song with my friend Jason, we just kind of both talked about our own hometown experiences, and we wrote this song. And I actually put it out about a year ago on Spotify and Apple Music and iTunes. So if you want to go listen to it, please do. But it's called Nothing to See Here. If you ain't looking for it, you might miss that exit sign. First thing you'll see is that motel where no one stays the night. And next you'll pass that old BP where the teenagers use fake IDs for beer. Ain't nothing to see here. Then there's the Sonic parking lot, and once you turn down Main, there's a beauty shop and a Baptist church, a courthouse and a bank. It's like any other nowhere town. No keychains, coffee mugs, souvenirs. Nothing to see here unless you pack up and leave here. And Daddy's hand-me-down hatchback Chevy, rear view torn off and ready. And one day you come back and everything you drive past makes you wonder why you swore for all those years that there was nothing to see here. Ooh, ooh. And that little screen door restaurant is where I worked my first job. And I got my heart broken in that high school parking lot. And that cliff out over Jasper Lake is where I had my first drink and faced my fears. Nothing to see here unless you pack up and leave here. And Daddy's hand-me-down hatchback Chevy, rear view torn off and ready. And one day you come back and everything you drive past makes you wonder why you swore for all those years that there was nothing to see here. And it won't look like much to you if you're only passing through. Yeah, nothing to see here unless you pack up and leave here. And Daddy's hand-me-down hatchback Chevy, rear view torn off and ready. And one day you come back and everything you drive past makes you wonder why you swore for all those years that there was nothing to see here. Ooh, unless you pack up and leave here. Ooh. All right, y'all, well, I got one more song for you, and I just want to thank you again so much for being here and for listening, and I can't thank you enough for letting me be a part of such an awesome night and be here for an awesome cause. It really is. I'm very thankful to have been here, and thankful to y'all for listening and for having me. Again, my name is Caroline Watkins. If you want to go listen to any of my songs on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you get your music, I would love that. And this last song I'm going to play is called Golden Days, and it was inspired by a quote from The Office. If anybody is an Office fan, I'm a big one. And Andy Bernard says in the last episode, he says, "I wish there was a way to know you've left the good old days before you've actually left them." And then he says, somebody should write a song about that. And I was like, got you. So I did it, and this song is called Golden Days. Hope y'all like it. And we laughed and swore I'd marry him someday. 47's got a wife. And I went back to that little old house just to find out it's a parking lot now. Oh, but isn't that just life? I wish we could know we're in the golden days before they're over. I wish time would let the sweetest nights. Oh, I let off slower. I guess we don't recognize the things that make us older. I wish we could know we're in the golden days before they're over. And I know there's gotta be a few more ahead of me. And I probably don't know about the golden days I'm in right now. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a great night. God bless.
Hello, my name is George Adams, and I am a dentist who has been a part of the medical and dental mission since the very first one in 2004. And our mission, our goal, our hope when we go to Haiti as a dental team is to not only help with prevention and talking to the people about how to take care of their teeth, giving them the resources, toothbrushes, toothpaste, etc., the instructions, but also mostly to get them out of pain. The average person who comes to see us in Gobert has never seen a dentist. They don't have the ability, and they especially don't have the money to get dental care. So they live through extreme pain, infection, they're not able to eat. They have a lot of suffering just with their mouth. And if you've ever had mouth pain yourself, you know how bad that can be. So we are there to try to help relieve their pain, get rid of their infection, get their oral health better so that their overall nutrition and their whole systemic health can be better. So basically our biggest task, our biggest part of our day, every day, is just to remove their badly decayed and infected teeth. So for some people that is a few, 1 or 2, 3 of their worst teeth. Others, it could be every tooth in their mouth, and they are always very thankful, even though it is a very difficult, complicated, painful, uncomfortable procedure for them. They're very thankful, thank us over and over when they're done, because they know they wouldn't have another opportunity to get this tooth out, to get out of pain for many years. So it's great to be a part of that, to go and offer something where we can show up, we can do the work, and we know as soon as they leave, we've helped them out and made their lives a little easier, a little better. In 2004, it was our first year. Many of us had been on a mission trip or, traveled internationally, but had no idea what we were getting into. The numbers of people who were there to see us was completely overwhelming. We had very limited resources, and literally we were pulling teeth out of a folding chair that we leaned up against the wall in the dark and the heat. So over the years, we were able to figure out that we needed better equipment. We were able to get actual dental chairs there so we could get in a better position for ourselves and the patient. We were able to get a lot of tools and instruments and different equipment and disposable things that we needed. So through the generosity of the parishioners and other vendors and companies, we gathered a very nice supply for our clinic that we would set up when we were there each time. So as we've been going in more recent years, we have definitely a much more comfortable situation for ourselves, but especially for the people of Gobert. We're able to really take care of them in a more comfortable way, and it's made it a lot easier and also more efficient, so we can see more people. On an average day, we might see 100 or 150 people just for removing their teeth, and then other people in addition to that who are talking about prevention. So we've been able to see more people, affect and help more people, train people there, such as the teachers and other people in the community, to be able to go out even when we're gone and teach others how to take care of themselves and what to do for those other weeks out of the year that we're not there to help them.
Hi, my name is Lee Dura. I'm an RN, and I have been going to Haiti on mission since 2004. Dr. Janet Dittis joined us to start a women's clinic in 2015. clean water was identified as an urgent need for all men, women, and children for our sister parish, Our Lady of Miracles. St. Matthew's Parish and School has been a great support for our Haiti mission, but we needed to dig a well for water and for purification of the water. We had done other fundraisers, but the well and the purification was just beyond our budget. Thus, Songwriter's Night was born 10 years ago, and we were able to dig that well and purify the water. Thank you for sponsoring and supporting our Songwriter's Night virtually for 2020. You are making the impossible possible. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark Peters. I'm a pulmonologist at St. Thomas Hospital, and I've been going to Gobert, Haiti since 2004, and I've been on every medical mission since that time. Over the past 17 years or so, we've seen pretty close to 40,000 patients and have seen remarkable progress. So first, let me just thank you for your generosity, prayers, and support, because without all that, this never would have been possible. And all the progress that we've seen over the past years would not have been possible either. It's been amazing what we've seen your support help us do. We've added a doctor, Dr. Libris, who many of you already have met and know. And with his help, we've established a medical clinic in Gobert that sees patients while we're not there. In addition, there's been community health workers to help with the needs of the community, particularly blood pressure management and other things. So I just wanted to thank you for all you've done to help us provide the much needed care for our folks and our friends and brothers and sisters down in Gobert.
Hi, I'm Ursula Heitz. I'm an RN, and I have been part of the medical mission to Our Lady of Miracles in Gobert since 2004. One of the roles I played was helping to organize the medical teams and prepare shipments of medicine, also much needed things for the school, and through your generosity, all these things are possible. Songwriters Night is our big fundraiser, but you support us so much throughout the year. You make everything we do down there possible. I've been on numerous administrative trips helping establish water programs along with Barney and Tom, and you'll hear from them soon, and also look at education and some of the other needs they have. All of these things are possible because of your support. I wish each and every one of you could go to Our Lady of Miracles and experience what we've experienced. There's no place on earth that I feel closer to God than when I am in Gobert.
Hi, I'm Dr. Janet Dittis. I started going to the Gobert Medical Missions back in 2015. The first year I went, I really didn't know what my main purpose was going to be, but I very quickly discovered two very serious cases of advanced cervical cancer. Then I knew that the Holy Spirit had spoken to me and said, you need to do a cervical cancer screening. I have been back approximately 9 times until COVID and all those things hit. And I have done approximately 1,000 pap smears. And then the next time I go back in 3 or 4 months, I usually do treatments for the precancerous cells. So it's been a very worthwhile mission. I couldn't do it without you, and I appreciate all your support.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you to Victoria Banks. Victoria's been nominated for 11 Canadian Country Music Association awards and was named CCMA Female Artist of the Year and Songwriter of the Year in 2010. She's been labeled one of the best songwriters in the business by Nashville's Music Row magazine and has toured with artists from Reba to Winona. She's had cuts by over 100 artists, including Carly Pearce, Lauren Elena, Terry Clark, Cassidy Pope, The Shires, Isaac Slade, and has had songs featured in TV and movies like Breakthrough, Nashville, American Idol, and Dancing with the Stars. And now, Victoria Banks.
Hey, I'm Victoria Banks. I have been a professional songwriter here in Nashville for 23 years, since 1997. I moved here and from Canada originally, and the first time I got to hear one of my songs play on the radio It was a song that I had written by myself, sitting cross-legged on the floor in my postage stamp-sized apartment. And the song fell into the hands of Sarah Evans, and it was released on her Born to Fly record and released as a radio single. And I heard it come through the speakers of my car, which I had to start by shorting the starter out with a beer can. And it was the coolest feeling ever to hear it come through those speakers. It was a beautiful thing. So this is that song. It was called Saints and Angels. We're only human, baby. We walk on broken ground. We lose our way. We come unwound. We turn in circles, baby. We're never satisfied. We fall from grace. Forget we can fly. But through all the tears that we cry, we'll survive. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. I love your imperfections. I love your everything. Your broken heart, your broken wing. I love you when you hold me and when you turn away. I love you still, and I'm not afraid. 'Cause I know you feel the same way, and you'll stay. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. These feet of clay, they will not stray. 'Cause when we're torn apart, shattered and scarred, love has the grace to save us. We're just two tarnished hearts, but in each other's arms, we become saints and angels. Oh, we become saints and angels. So there's something about getting your heart broken that makes song ideas just fly out of you. They're just undeniable. Everywhere you look, there's a song idea, and I did a really good job of that when I first moved to town. Got my heart broken pretty well and wrote a lot of songs through that. Now I'm a little older and a little wiser, and I have found a wonderful husband who is well-adjusted, communicates well, we don't have drama, we have a great relationship, and I like to joke that he has ruined me for songwriting because it's hard to come up with ideas when you're just happy, you know? So I was actually telling that to my co-writers one day. I was writing with Phil Barton and Preston from the band Low Cash, and I was just telling them I feel like my husband's ruined me for songwriting. And they looked at me and they said, you know, that's a song idea right there. So I put it in my memory bank, and a few days later I woke up and 3 o'clock in the morning, lightning struck, and I sang this song idea into my phone. and I ended up bringing it with me to my next writing session with them and finished the song with them, and it became a single on my third record, my Indigo record. So yeah, so I'll go ahead and play that one for you. It's a special one to me. Boy, your love is like a new Corvette. Once you hit that gas, there's no going back. Like a bottle of the best champagne, nothing's quite the same once you've tasted that. You went and did it, now I'm addicted. Falling for you is like a one-way ticket. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. You're on my heart just like a new tattoo, and I love how you look good on me. And if you ever wanna walk away, you better dig my grave, 'cause I'm history. Oh, you can't erase it, I can't replace it. You got a hold on me, I just can't shake it. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. So keep on doing what you're doing. Next to you is where I wanna be. Ruin me, ruin me, ruin me, ruin me perfectly. If I ever lose you, what am I supposed to do? Baby, I'm ruined. Baby, I'm ruined. How am I supposed to kiss anybody else's lips? Baby, I'm ruined. I'm so ruined by you. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. Ruin me real good. So you might hear some noises coming from the other room. I've got two little girls, ages 3 and 5. And this next song was inspired by my experience as a woman and my experience as a mom of daughters. And I waited 23 years to have a song on the ACM Awards, and this song was on there this year. I didn't get to dress up and walk down the red carpet like I had hoped, but I got to put my pajamas on and watch it on my couch, and my 5-year-old did my hair in quite a spectacular hairdo. And I got to watch Mickey Guyton make history with this song as the first Black woman to perform an original song on the ACM Awards in 55 years of ACM history. And that was a beautiful thing to be a part of. So Keith Urban backed her up, and it was a special moment. So this is called What Are You Gonna Tell Her? She thinks life is fair, God hears every prayer, and everyone gets there ever after. She thinks love is love, and you work hard and that's enough. Skin's just skin and it doesn't matter. And that her friends Lauren's older brother's gonna keep his hands to himself, and that somebody's gonna believe her when she tells. But what are you gonna tell her when she's wrong? Will you just shrug and say it's been that way all along? What are you gonna tell her when she figures out that all this time you built her up just so the world could let her down? Yeah, what do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Do you just let her pretend that she could be the president? Would it help us get there any faster? Do you let her think the deck's not stacked and gay or straight or white or black? You just dream and anything can happen. What are you gonna tell her when she's wrong? Will you just shrug and say it's been that way all along? What are you gonna tell her when she figures out that all this time you built her up just so the world could let her down? Yeah, what do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Do you tell her not to fight? Is it worth the sacrifice? Can you look her in the face and promise her that things will change? What are you gonna tell her? Maybe you can't, 'cause there ain't no way you can explain what you don't understand. Yeah, what do you tell her? What the hell do you tell her? What are you gonna tell her? What are you gonna tell her? Thank you so much for having me as part of this show. It's a real pleasure. And if you'd like to know any more about me or get in touch, please visit my website at www.victoriabanks.net. You can reach out through social media and say hello. I would love to meet you and hear your feedback, and hope you enjoyed it tonight. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Connor with the Haiti Committee, and I wanted to talk briefly about the water filters that we've started using in Haiti. About 5 years ago, we started using these Sawyer filters after using biosand filters for several years. The problems that we ran into with the biosand filters were they were very hard to maintain and also hard to train the people on how to use them. The benefits of these are they last for about 2 million gallons. They're very cheap and easy to get out to the community, and they're very easy to maintain and train people to use. So far, we've put a couple of hundred of these out in the community, and we've had great success with them so far. So thank you all very much for your support.
So today we want to demonstrate exactly how the Sawyer filter works. And similar to about 5 years ago when we were testing this whole Sawyer filter system, we came down to St. Matthew's Creek to get a sample of water and run it through the filter. And so Tom's going to show you just how the water looks from our creek, and then we'll demonstrate just how well the Sawyer filter works in filtering water so it's safe to drink. So right now we filled this bucket with water from our creek, and Tom is opening the lid to the filter so that gravity can force water through the Sawyer filter. You can see the water draining into the bucket. And Tom's got just a clear glass to show you just how clear the water is. That's wonderful. So thank you for your support in helping us make clean water a possibility for the people of Gobert, Haiti.
Thank you. Everybody, I'm happy to introduce Gregory Becker. Gregory grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. He received a degree in neuropsychology from the University of New Hampshire and worked for several years at an MIT laboratory. He later studied lyric writing and arranging at Berklee College of Music, after which he moved to Nashville and worked as a songwriter for Sony, ATV, BMG, CAA, Warner Chappell, Famous Music, Southern Crossroads, and is currently signed with Blue Water Music. His songs have been recorded by Carrie Underwood, Rascal Flatts, Leanne Rimes, Alan Jackson, Meatloaf, Randy Bachman, Tim McGraw, Brett Eldridge, Billy Currington, Chris Cagle, and many others. And now, Gregory Becker.
So I'm Greg Becker, and this is a song I wrote with a guy named John Knight, and we wrote it, it was our first day together, and I had just gotten back from a trip back to Boston, visiting with my mom, who was in the final stages of pancreatic cancer at the time. And on that trip back in particular, my dad had asked us, my brother and I, to run back to the house and pick up some sweaters and a few things to bring back to the hospital where he was staying with her. And so we went back, and I went into his closet, and as I was getting some of the items, I noticed he had a shelf in his closet which had a bunch of sort of keepsakes of his life, and you know, some old memorabilia from us as kids, a picture of him carrying a jungle gym down the street that I remember as a kid we'd play on. Anyhow, I got back to Nashville and had this idea for a song. So I got together with John and decided, you know, I was really emotional, and I probably can't write anything that we could pitch, but I've got this song in my heart about this, what happened here. So we wrote this song, and it's called The Book of John, about going through somebody's private collection of their life that they kept after they've passed. And so we wrote this song, and fast forward a few months later, Mom passed away. And I'm up at up in Boston, and we're getting ready for the memorial service. And I'm going through some of her things, and lo and behold, I come across a book that Mom had kept that I'd never known she'd kept, with all sorts of memorabilia of us in there. And as I'm holding the book, getting ready for the memorial service, my phone starts buzzing, and it's John Knight, who I haven't spoken with since the one time we wrote together, you know, 3-4 months, I guess it had been at that point back. And it's a text that says, McGraw wants to cut Book of John. And so, you know, I'm completely out of it. I'm in a different headspace, totally. So I didn't really pay much mind to it. I don't even know if I responded. And then 2 days later was the service and the funeral. And on that day, Tim McGraw cut this song called Book of John. And so it holds a real special place in my heart, and he put it on the 2 Reigns of Freedom album. So this is Book of John. We were sitting around the supper table, the buzz of the Frigidaire was the only sound till Mom laid down the book she'd found upstairs. It was covered in dust in the back of a closet, in a Goodwill box. We almost tossed it out. Could have lost all those memories. There was a picture of Mom in the pouring rain, ticket stubs to Fenway, a silver star and a baggage claim from Hanoi, Vietnam. A picture of him crawling on Grandpa, leather skin from a baseball. We laughed and cried, told stories all night long from the Book of John. pot of coffee is almost gone as we turn another page. We're climbing on him like a jungle gym, watching his hair turn gray. All the Polaroids are just reminders you can't fit life in a 3-ring binder. We flipped on through it anyways. There was his picture with his sister taken mid-July on the steps of the church pulling at his tie. Hair still wet from getting baptized, a brand new blue suit on, an old set of keys to a Chevrolet, crumpled up receipt for a wedding ring, and we watched ourselves grow up there in his arms. In the book of John. When that sun came up, we were wide awake, head to toe, in black and gray, in a long black Lincoln, waiting in the drive. He was a father, son, a husband, a friend. I still flip through it every now and then when I need just a few words of advice. It's almost like he's not really gone, and I know one day I'll be passing on the book of John. John. I want to thank you so much for having me tonight and for listening today whenever you're watching this. And I certainly hope everybody is well and safe and taking care of each other out there. You know, when we can't go outside, it's an opportunity to go inside and change ourselves. Which is what changes the world, really. I love this quote by Mother Teresa. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. And I believe this is an opportunity for us to do exactly that. So I hope that's what's going on out there. But given the insanity of the moment of the world, I'm going to do something insane, which is to sing a song I've never sung before, that's never been recorded. That I wrote. It's an emotional song for me, and I wrote it with Jeff Steele and Davis Nash and Parker Welling, and it's written for that moment when a dad is saying goodbye to his daughter, and so this is called Shoulder, and I'm going to give it a shot. Again, thank you so much for listening, and please everybody take care, and this is Shoulder. Baby, you cried on him, you rock-a-bye on him, laying right next to my heart. Took some rides on him, way up high on him, round backyards and pools and through parks. Now it's goodbye on him, and your mom will be crying on him soon. And when that old Ford of mine that I taught you to drive pulls out, I'll be crying on hers too, hoping that you won't carry the world on them, and you learn how to lean on them. Whatever life brings, you'll find your wings, and when you feel the weight, you still got a place. Just look back over your shoulder. Life's full of cold ones, and you're gonna meet some. Keep smiling, baby, stay warm. However they wrong you, forgive, and don't walk through this life with a chip on yours, 'cause that's not what they're for. And I hope that you won't carry the world on them, and you learn how to First, let's raise a glass to the future, the past, and may the wind always be at your backs. And I hope that you won't carry the world on you. You learn how to lean on whatever life brings. You'll find your wings, and one day you'll bring home a little girl of your own, and you'll hold her on your shoulder, on your shoulder. This is a song that I wrote with Tammy Kidd and Steve Robson, and it happened when I was between deals. I wasn't in a publishing deal, I was working at Home Depot, and I got a call one weekend from Scott Gunner, who said, man, I got this guy from London in town, and he's writing with Tammy, and their third just dropped out, they need a lyricist, can you come in tomorrow? And I said, I can't, I'm working outside garden, and it's boxwoods season. Shipment just came in. I got to be there to work. And he said, man, you really need to do this. And so I called Depot and told them I'm going to be a little late today. Ended up not going in at all. And glad I didn't. I walked in and they had this melody going. And we're just totally stuck. And so I had an idea about, you know, how you don't think of what you would say to somebody till after it's too late, and you know, you get back and you replay it in your mind how it should have gone. And so I had the title "Words I Couldn't Say." You know, they don't come out at the time, but then after you think about it, and it's too late. So. This is called "Words I Couldn't Say," and fortunately it got recorded several times. Kelly Coffey cut it, and then Rascal Flatts cut it, and then it made it into Country Strong, that movie. So it's been it was worth it not going into Home Depot that day. It really changed the trajectory of my career. I got into another deal, and thank God I've been able to continue writing pretty solid since then. So this is Words I Couldn't Say. In a book, in a box, in the closet, in a line, in a song I once heard, in a moment on a front porch late one June, in a breath inside, a whisper beneath the moon. There it was on the tip of my finger. There it was on the tip of my tongue. There you were, and I had never been that far. There it was, the whole world wrapped inside my arms, and I let it all slip away. What do I do now that you're gone? No backup plan, no second chance, no one left to blame. All I can hear in the silence that remains are the words I couldn't say. Rain that'll never stop falling. There's a wall that I try to tear down. What I should have said just wouldn't pass my lips. So I held out, and now we've come to this, and it's too late now. What do I do now that you're gone?
On behalf of St. Matthew Parish and the Haiti Ministry, we'd like to thank our songwriters for giving of their time and talents, and would like to thank you, the viewer, for contributing and participating in this year's event, Well Played. But those thanks also come on behalf of the people of Gobert, Haiti, and the men, women, and children at Our Lady of Miracles Parish. Without your financial contribution, we would not be able to continue to support, nurture, and educate the people of our sister parish. So thank you again for continuing to help make miraculous things happen at Our Lady of Miracles Parish.